This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Well, then cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
Drinking some water. It's 4:42. I just had coffee.
Yeah. Why don't you lead with that?
I had coffee. We are recording on, I do believe it's Labor Day.
It is Labor Day. Yes.
Okay, I had a 1 and 2 shot of getting that right between Memorial or Labor Day.
Most people, yep.
I have not been laboring, but I did get really sleepy around 4 o'clock. And so I took the dregs of my coffee from this morning and I made a little iced moment.
Nice.
Yes, with a little oat milk.
At what point is made coffee not allowed to be consumed? You know, because I've had moments in the day where coffee was made at like 6 a.m. and then at like 2, I'm like, I'm going to drink this.
The thing is there's not like anything in it that would spoil during the day. Like, yeah, obviously you're not going to leave it out like overnight because bacterias, etc.
Sure.
But it's not like I think it would be gross if you had a latte with actual milk and left it out all day.
No, not
nasty.
not a milk situation. No dairy in the product at all.
But as long as it's not getting burnt, because I don't keep mine on the heat all day.
No. This would be like turn heat off and then either microwave or put on ice.
I think you can leave it out. I would say safely 12 hours.
Hey.
Is that crazy?
I'm going to take that as fact and I'm going to live with that as my philosophy of No, I don't think that's crazy at all because the other day went in and had coffee that had been sitting there because I just didn't want to make another pot.
No.
Didn't want to waste the grounds.
We're resourceful.
Yeah. And so I made myself coffee and then I was like, oh, is this
bad?
No,
but did you ever, when you were little, did you ever make sun tea?
No, that seems like a Southern thing, unless it's not.
Honestly, the first time I saw it was on Pee Wee's Playhouse, I think.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't believe the Playhouse was in the Southern region.
No.
But it was just like a way for kids to make tea. So you'd take like a big pitcher or something, you put tea in it, and you just put it in the sun instead of getting the water hot. Oh. So you wouldn't have to use like the stovetop.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's, that's sitting out there. Cold brew. Isn't cold brew just like soaking the beans?
Technically.
Yeah. So I watch me start vomiting during this podcast. Because I drank 5-hour-old coffee.
We'll find out. We'll see. Who knows?
Scientists weigh in because we always say scientists don't listen to this podcast, and then you prove us wrong in the comments.
And then there's a ton of you out there. Across all fields of science. I feel we're fully represented and supported by
the science community.
Yeah, which is great because it does feel like we will not spread misinformation.
Girl.
Because people will help us.
We won't spread it. We'll say misinformation and we'll be corrected. And then we get on here and we apologize for it. But many a time have I said something and people in the comments are like, absolutely wrong.
It's why the most entertaining thing is how confidently wrong Mamrie is in what she is.
Okay, I'm sorry, but if I ever have like a Brittany Broski Delta Work solo person podcast rambling, it's just confidently wrong.
Yeah.
Is the name of it. That's a great name for a podcast or a memoir, Grace.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Write it down.
Well, we're recording on a Monday because Grace is headed tomorrow, which I believe we touched on the last podcast, maybe. You are headed to the U.S. motherfucking Open.
Yeah. And I'm so excited that I'm nervous, to the point that
about how excited you'll be.
I'm nervous about I'm going with my dad and my younger brother, so it's like a sweet, cute family thing.
Yeah,
and we
heard of
these moments, and we because we're in the age where we're we gotta hang out with our parents, and I do think that's really important, and so we're making efforts to do that. Tim already moved closer to home. I've yet to do that, so I'm making the effort to go back out when I can. But also, so this was a Father's Day gift to my dad.
Cute.
But at the same time, I was I really want to go to the US
It's for you.
Open. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I lived in Brooklyn 12 years ago, we had gone at least once, if not twice.
You went every year.
I think we went maybe twice.
Here's why I think you went every year. Is because I think I'm confusing it with back in the day when you used to do you used to do an impression of a tennis player. Power shot. The girl who dated I Can Be Your Hero Baby.
Oh, yeah.
Kournikova. Anna Kournikova?
Is that maybe who it is? I forget.
How do I know this? I just remember we started being friends and I was like, she's so great at impressions and she's so pretty.
God.
And so I remember you doing a parody of, she was like the rep for like Power Shot, like Canon, the camera. And you did like a parody of it.
Yeah, Anna Kournikova.
Is she still with I Can Be Your Hero, Baby, Enrique Iglesias?
Oh, yeah. So in the early 2000s, she was the bombshell tennis star and he was the heartthrob singer. This is what the internet is telling me when I looked up. Tennis player that dated Enrique Iglesias. Fast forward to 2024, and Enrique Iglesias and Anna Kournikova have spent the best part of 2 decades forging a life together.
That's amazing.
While keeping their relationship out of the public eye, mostly.
That's crazy.
Really hard to do.
Because they were both cuckoo famous at one point, and
like,
I didn't. Neither of us knew if they were still together.
Sex pots in their own respected categories. Like she really was a sexy tennis player.
Yeah,
and he was obviously a sexy singer.
Yeah,
she was in like a music video of his that I remember
think it
was like
Hero.
Yeah,
maybe not.
I just remember them like making out in a car and being like, "This is turning me into a woman."
Also, how funny is the phrase sex pot?
Sex pot.
She's just a pot full of sex.
It's just a steaming hot pot full of sex.
Turn on the burner. We got a pot full of sex right here. Okay, sorry. So you went like once or maybe twice back when we lived in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and it's such a wildly bougie environment that it was so counterculture to obviously like my family and myself. And so going, because we do love tennis and we have played tennis, but going, we're like, we will drink all the martinis, but we're not dressed like we're going to drink all the martinis.
Well, do you have an outfit planned? And how many days are you going?
We're only going for a 1 night session.
Okay.
Because the tournament lasts for a few weeks. It's been on. And so like,
Grace, I'm not even going to lie to you. Last week, I saw it was like the US Open has started and I saw, the cool outfits and all that jazz. And you had told me, and I texted you and I was like, when did you head there? I was legitimately nervous. You had gotten the dates wrong.
Yeah, no, I know. I've been double, triple, quadruple checking because I'm like, it's still going on, right?
It's a long one.
I've been watching it all weekend long.
Fun.
And I still feel like, oh my God, there's so much more tennis that's going to happen. But I'm really excited because again, it's like, it's only gotten bougier. And it's because I think I told you about this on the podcast before, that there is a show called Breakpoint, which is the tennis version
I have
of
not watched
Formula
this.
One.
Okay.
And it's
a Netflix one?
Netflix. You can burn through it. It's fantastic. Also because I love tennis, so I'm like, oh, this is even more. The reality show of tennis, sign me up.
Yeah.
And so now I know some of the players, but a lot of the players date like influencers. So it's like,
oh, really?
Yeah. So it's
Wait,
like
female, like, is it
female influencers that are
dating male
that are
players.
changing the fashion scope
Stop it.
of the tennis culture. They have become their own tennis influencers. Like what is it called? BAPS, basketball wives. What's the phrase called?
Well, there's WAGs,
WAGs.
wife, something,
Wives.
Girlfriends, athletes.
Yeah. It's not just science that we don't know.
Is it WAGs?
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. So there's now this like growing culture of beautiful, aesthetically like cool and like waspy in a way, influencer girls that are all like dating a lot of these US tennis players that are on the rise. US men's tennis is having a huge moment right now.
Because of the influence?
Well, because of other things, the sport itself. Because like all of the men that have won every Grand Slam for the last like few decades are now finally retired, and so this whole new generation gets to like succeed. And the U.S. Open is the final tournament of their season, and it's in the U.S., so it's like it's the God bless America. Here we go. Like they all get they all get to play on like the night courts and like the primetime sessions that are
for
on
the
TV.
first time.
And they constantly cut away to their like girlfriends.
Who
and
is
stuff.
Emma Chamberlain dating?
It's basically Emma. I don't know these girls, but
Does
they're
she?
like no. But they
the only one I
to
know.
me, I'm like, is that Emma Chamberlain? There's like a couple of them that seem like that, but that are featured on the Netflix show. So it's like,
okay.
But then I look at their Instagrams and it's just like them being like, it's clay court season and like just outfits, just like they're showing up with fits to every tournament.
I was going to say their nickname should be Fits, fashion influencers tennis.
Yeah, like it's right there. But
That's their WAGs that we don't know what it stands for.
We're not sure if that's the correct acronym. So they have leveled up this sort of like young generation, like, you know, because it can be very like old money
Stuffy.
sort of thing. Yeah. And so but it's still a bit like we're doing this, like it's almost royal, like in a sense, like the fashion is like very like Chanel pretty, like, but also kind of cool. It's fascinating. It's a whole culture now. So it's going to be me and Tim and my dad just like walking in all dressed with like sweatshirts tucked into sweatpants being like, let us in.
No. Do you have your outfit picked out? Be honest.
I went to Zara earlier today and once again bought versions of clothes I've bought for the last 15 years. I'm going to wear just like a striped shirt and jeans. Like
it's literally you living in Brooklyn.
It's like, it's going to be exactly like my style has not changed at all. And maybe it's because my style's timeless. Who knows?
You know what? Maybe you yourself are a capsule collection.
Maybe but also, so we're like staying in an Airbnb and it's just like all of the moving parts of like travel that make me, and I revert to my 12-year-ago self of like parents visiting the city, and I need to make sure that I know how to like get everyone around everywhere.
When meanwhile they've probably been to New York more than you
100%. And my little brother knows how to use public transportation way more than I've ever known how to use in my life.
No. We call an Uber now. Okay, two things.
Yeah.
One, I mentioned this earlier, but it might have been on the live stream. You have to drink a honeydew.
Oh, I know. I already told my dad about it. I was like, Mamrie was going off about some drink that we need to drink. So much that it got around to the fact that like I told my brother, and then Tim told my mom, who I was just talking to, and she was like, well, you got to drink the drink that Tim said he's going to drink. And I said, he said that because I told him that Mamrie told me that we got to drink this drink.
I'm a Helbig influencer.
Yeah, we're in an echo chamber, all pretending that we have original ideas. But yeah, we will be getting it.
Okay, do that. Second of all, when you're talking about Breakpoint and what's the name of the golf one, which I love? There's Drive to Survive, the Formula One on Netflix. Yeah. There's Full Swing, the golf one.
Yeah.
What'd you say? Breakpoint?
Breakpoint, yeah.
I think we need another one, and I want it to be pro bowling.
Oh my God.
How fun would that be?
That would be incredible. Absolutely incredible. Unless behind the scenes is
sad.
Sad.
No, but I feel like it could be a new angle. I'm sure there's like female pro bowlers we never really see. Yeah, I want to see what snacks they're having.
I want the reality show behind every sport. Like, you know, I get into sports when it's like the Olympics and they give me just a whisper of a backstory read off of a piece of paper by a commentator.
Right.
If I was shown that in a narrative that was like equally shocking and uplifting, poof, sign me up.
Well, speaking of us being jocks.
Yeah.
We had our fantasy football league draft yesterday.
Yeah, we did. I was so nervous as soon as it started. I thought I was cool as a cucumber. When it started, I was on my couch like in hives, being like, when it gets to me, I better click quick.
Yes. Well, here's the deal. It's like, okay, League of Losers, LOL.
Yeah.
The first time we did this last year,
yes,
I was with Chip because he happened to be doing bar rescue like in Calabasas or something.
Yeah.
So I was there. We're sitting at a bar. We're having a beer. And we're with our friend Nick, who knows all this shit.
Yeah.
So like when we couldn't figure out how to do the draft or how to choose the order, Nick could be like, "Oh, do this," you know.
Helpful.
Now, Chip and I weren't in the same town. So I got so nervous that like something was going to go belly up and it was going to just be me and Chip on FaceTime, like stressed out, figuring out. But it all went smooth. But let me tell you what. Mm-hmm. When it ended, and I thought, you know what? I know at least I was better than last year. Mm-hmm. I am ranked last.
Okay, let me tell you.
I am ranked last of our league.
I'm going to tell you a secret.
Oh, God.
So when because it was fun to see the group chat, which had been a little quiet the previous year because not everyone knows each other.
No, but
this
Tyler
year,
got on this year and said, hi, freaks. Hope there's not any drama.
There's no drama. And I was like, this is excellent. Because Joe Beretta is now in this.
Yes, he joined
Elliot's
the league.
friend. And Elliot was like, Joe's going to freak out a little bit when he realizes this isn't like a shit talking, like everyone is, firing off in the group chat kind of thing. Because he had sent like the first photo of him just like at a roller skating rink for his kid's birthday party. And I was like, Joe's being pretty bold right now, but I love it.
I like the energy.
But so Joe was on auto draft because he couldn't do it. And then Elliot chose to auto draft, which just meant that the algorithm feeds you what they think the best player is for you to choose. And so, but you can also go in and like modify it a little bit. And then when it was over, the draft gives you a grade, which I didn't realize. And Katie had like DM or had message being like, I hate the grade that they gave me. Corey was like, I hate that they gave us a grade at all. Elliot got an A
because of auto draft.
Here's the thing.
I think
and he didn't tell anyone.
It's sucking up. It's sucking up to the AI.
That's what I said. I said you gave the computer full range, and so the computer rewarded you for allowing it to do whatever it wanted.
Well, Elliot will be the first one to bow down to the robots as they take over the world. I am the only one in the league who got a D. I did not share that with the class.
I got a sensible B.
I got a D.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's my underdog story.
Yes.
I am going to commit this year to like really look at it and figure it out. It doesn't help that my first matchup, I'm playing against last year's champ, but I'm ready to get in there. The thing is, guys, we're jocks.
We're jocks now. And we're going to be watching a lot of football, and we'll probably be talking about it this football season. But also, it's going to be an interesting football season because like the Swiftie effect, I think it's going to be fascinating to watch.
I told you, I said part of my strategy was to get a couple Chiefs players because I know I'll pay more attention to them because Taylor will be going to I didn't get one.
I got a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but that doesn't mean you can't. We can trade. That's the other thing. There are trades that you can do. I just don't understand that aspect of it at all whatsoever.
Well, speaking of not understanding things, it's time for a granny rant.
Hold on.
Granny rant. Granny rant. Granny rant. We got a problem with something.
Okay. Didn't mean to spring that on ya.
No, that was great.
Granny rant. Okay. My granny rant is that I am now realizing something that when I used to hear older people say this, I would be like, that's not real.
Okay.
And now it is very real.
Okay.
And that is your mattress can be too soft. My back hurts.
Yeah, how is your back?
I have an icy hot patch on it right now.
Oh, no.
If you see me wiggle, the heat has really kicked up.
Oh, no.
And I think it's because just regular wear and tear of a mattress. I love my mattress. It's so comfy.
Yeah.
But I used to be like, too soft.
Yeah, no such thing.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I want to be on a cloud. And now I've realized it ain't good for my lumbar
Wow.
or my sciatica.
Is it solely the mattress?
I don't know.
Because here's the other thing I will say that Elliot and I were discussing the other day is that like we had to pull another just chair in. I love our couch, but we had to pull like a chair that like sits upright in the living room because both of us, if we laid on our couch, would lay in a way that just cranked our vertebrae.
God damn it,
Is
Grace.
it that?
Did Chip pay you to tell me to switch our couch out?
No, it's not. It's just like the amount of concerted time I spend on the couch and the way in which I need to rearrange my body for laying.
I hear you. We do have a couch that you flop onto.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You've got a great, you
upright.
got an excellent couch.
I have an excellent couch. I love Joybird. They are fantastic. But it is a very comfy couch.
Yeah.
And I spend a lot of time on it.
Same.
And I'm wondering if I need a more upright vibe.
Or just to sit up. I don't know. I don't know if it's like a matter of just, can I change the position in which I sit on this couch? Is it user error? Is it like it's not the couch's fault, but it's the way in which I am engaging in the couch?
But at some point, it's the couch. If you automatically engage with it in a certain way. Here's what I'll say. When I was in Mexico for the few nights last week, we had this beautiful room, and Jacqueline and Delia had shared the king bed, and there was like a little like twin. It was like there was a skylight, and it was like almost a twin bed that would be used as like a sitting bench during the day if you didn't have anyone to sit on it, right? But it could be like an extra sleeping quarter at night. It felt very like Swiss Family Robinson. I had a little curtain. It was great. But I slept on that, and I was like, oh, this is kind of hard. Woke up the next day feeling great.
Really?
And here's the thing. I've noticed I can crack my lower back really well to where like if I'm laying down, I can squeeze one butt cheek and it goes.
That seems...
No, it seems
like
not right.
That seems like a problem.
You shouldn't be able to squeeze one butt cheek and crack your lower spine.
Not unless you're in the circus act, and that's an important part.
Not unless you're an alien Romulus.
That's a different form of twerking.
So I think I need a firmer sleeping arrangement, and I probably need to switch couches. But this is a very old thing to admit to myself.
Yeah, I agree, because literally when we went camping, that second night that we were camping, my lower back hurt so bad.
Yeah, camping, I'll do it.
I could not figure out what position I needed to be in, and my thought process was, a firm like ground is supposed to be like actually better on your back. So why am I having such difficulty? And it's probably because I wasn't able to just like crunch myself the way I normally do on all of the things that I sit on in my house.
Yeah.
But yeah, at what point do we get into like sleep number mattresses?
I agree. And also,
at what point? Because like the idea, honestly, I saw a commercial for them the other day because now that I'm watching tennis on TV, there's commercials. Like Elliot like sweetly watched a match with me last night. And as soon as a commercial came on, he said, "Are we caught up?" Meaning like, can we fast forward? Like I had recorded this. I was like, we're watching live TV, baby.
It's crazy, honey.
Yeah.
It's like we're back in the 50s and Ed Sullivan is welcoming the Beatles.
But there was a commercial for like a sleep number where it was like both sides are different.
Well, how do they do it?
Right.
How do they do it?
And honestly, I'm like, why does this only appeal to like the geriatric age group? Like this is something I think could have way more millennial appeal.
Well, our friend Melissa.
Yeah.
I remember going to her place because she has a house in New Orleans. And she was like, yeah, dude, we got one of those Tempur-Pedics that we can like sit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, this is crazy. And now I'm like, I'll take it.
Right? They just need sexier advertising.
Thank you.
That's what they need to have sex pot advertising.
Sex pot
and
for the sleep numbers. But how do they do it? Does the coil soften? Like, what's going on in there?
Right. And it also...
Chip is going to die. He worked at a mattress firm for a long time.
I know.
He's going to listen to this and be like, I cannot believe you had this on the podcast instead of with me.
One of my absolute favorite fun facts about Chip is his mattress knowledge based on his experience at Mattress Firm, which has always seemed like just a front of a store in every suburban area, because I can't imagine the amount of customers they have.
Don't get him started
but
on
when
the
you have a salesman
scenes.
like Chip, I'm sure they're rolling in money. But honestly, I do think and would throw this out there to Tempur-Pedic or to, what are the other ones that even do it?
I don't know. Beauty Rest. I don't know.
Any of the ones that you can sit up, sit down, not affect your partner. I want to be the bowling pin that my partner can jump on the mattress next to me and not interrupt at all.
Now that was advertising.
Now that was advertising.
Now,
when you have a glass of red wine,
not even white wine, red wine,
and an adult woman is jumping on the bed next to it and it does not spill. Did I buy a mattress because of that? Absolutely not.
No, but probably now I would. I wasn't buying mattresses when those ads aired. And also, if we got into having one of those shows on Netflix where it showed female professional bowlers, now that is a perfect brand integration for them to drop the ball.
Amazing. That would be
metaphorically. And I mean, literally, not metaphorically. So that concludes my granny rant as I sit here with an icy hot patch on my lower back.
Nice. They're great though. Icy hot is pretty fantastic. Talk about a witchcrafty kind of item. Icy hot. That shit's incredible.
I don't know how they do it.
Hungryroot is the easiest way to eat healthy. They send you fresh, high-quality groceries, simple, delicious recipes, and essential supplements. It's like the only place you can get all of that all in one place. It's not just like a meal kit. It's also snacks, baby. It's also that fish oil you've been meaning to pick up. It's like having someone else do all the planning and shopping so you don't even have to think about it. Hungryroot gets to know your personal health goals, dietary restrictions, favorite foods, and how much time you want to spend cooking and more. Then what they do is they take all that information and they build you a personalized cart with all the grocery needs for the week, including easy 4-ingredient recipes to put those groceries to work. I absolutely love it. You guys know I'm a vegetarian, so I put all of that in and they've like gotten to know my taste a little more, all right? They know I don't like the mushrooms. They know I don't keep a lot of snacks in the house, but the ones I do keep in, I try to keep healthy. So each order is fully customizable, so you can take their suggestions or choose anything you want. I mean, yes, sometimes you're going to be introduced to something new. Ithaca hummus, lemon dill Ithaca hummus. Oh boy, got learned on it by Hungryroot recently, and now it is my absolute favorite type. But you can also change up the cart if you want to choose your own. They've got fresh produce, high quality meat and seafood, healthy snacks, smoothies, sweets, ready to eat meals, kids snacks, meals, vitamins, supplements, and so much more. Everything from Hungryroot follows a simple standard. It's got to taste good, be quick to make, and contain whole, trusted ingredients. So why don't you give it a shot, all right? Let's see how much Hungryroot can figure out what you're hungry for. Right now, Hungryroot is offering This Might Get Weird listeners 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Did I just say that? I think I did. That was 40% off your first delivery and free veggies for life. Just go to hungryroot.com/TMGW to get 40% off your first delivery and get your free veggies. That's hungryroot.com/TMGW. Don't forget to use our link so they know that we sent you.
I'm very light on things to
I'll
talk
keep
about.
going, so you just tell me.
Please go for it. The only thing I had was injured bald eagle at Missouri National Park was too fat to fly.
Oh my God.
They rescued this injured bald eagle and they found that it had eaten too much raccoon and it was too fat to be flying.
Too much raccoon, like in one sitting, like a singular raccoon?
I guess so. Which is like, don't shame the eagle. Who knows what it was going through?
So it was weighed down. It wasn't fat.
Yeah, that it was too fat to fly is the quote from the article.
Now, if that isn't just a representation of American politics currently, just the symbol of America is too weighed down by eating the poor.
Yeah, there it is. There is the poetry in motion.
We found it, guys. We found. Oh God. Well, hold on. Just because this is fun now.
Yeah,
that's kind of edging towards it. I got a critter corner. Critter corner, y'all. It is critter corner, y'all.
What? This is our new critter corner.
I'm like, did you see Randy?
What? There's just a loose hamster on the floor.
It is critter corner, y'all.
This is our new critter corner.
Oh God.
And shout out to Teresa Walsh, a listener and friend of the pod that created that beat a few years ago, and we've just been obsessed. So thanks, T. Walsh.
Thanks, T. Walsh. Okay, this is a stretch because it's not a thing that happened to me, but it's something I learned about critters.
Okay.
But I wanted to play that song.
Yes.
So I'm this is a stretch.
Absolutely.
Which a stretch is something I should be doing for my back.
You should stretch.
Chip sent me earlier today a Reddit post.
Okay.
That shook me to my core.
Oh.
Now, let me tell you right now. Luckily, I do not partake in this brand, not by choice. I just happen to not have anything by this brand.
Okay.
But did you know there has been a class action lawsuit? I actually don't know if it's class action, but no, there is. Okay. Since 2008, teen. I'm really fucking this up. Your Honor. Your Honor. I'd like to start again.
Say Your Honor?
Your Honor, but Your Honor would be such a cute critter corner.
That would be.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Oh. Okay. There's been a class action lawsuit since 2018 because Toyota, the car brand, used soybeans in the plastic coating of the wiring of their cars, which would attract which actually attracts rodents. Hungry rodents would come and want to eat the coating to the wiring that would fuck up your car.
They used soybeans?
I guess there's a type of like wire coating, you know, the plastic coating that utilizes soybean in it. And they used it all in like the wiring of Toyotas.
Whoa.
But little rodents would be like, I smell them soybeans, y'all. I smell tofu up in this bitch. And they would go in and nibs.
Damn.
First of all, you know that there's rodents just feasting in your car. But second of all, then you turn on your car and like nothing fucking works because your wiring is chewed to bits.
So people have now gotten together, figured out
Class action.
Figured out the soybeans are part of the situation.
Yeah. How pissed would you be if you're telling me I just bought a car that's a rat buffet?
Right. But then I'd be like, I didn't even think that that's a possibility of what could happen in my car.
But you shouldn't have to think about that. Right. The people at Toyota, this somehow turned into a critter rant. The people at Toyota who get paid the big bucks to design these cars should not be putting edible shit in it.
Absolutely not. That's the whole point of those companies having like the safety and whatever.
Yeah.
Things.
Quite frankly, they do a lot of crash test dummying. They do some other things. You know what I want my car tested? I want it left in a room with a mouse. And I want that mouse to be disgusted by it.
Yeah.
I want something in my car that makes, it smells like mint, that makes the mouse throw up.
Yeah, that would be great.
Anyway, he sent that to me today and I was like, well, I'm going to now start running past Toyotas.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
My speed will click up a little more when I see a
when
4Runner.
you get one on an Uber, how fun.
Oh, God.
I was just trying to look this up of what this was actually called. Because we just started watching, I think it's called Chimp Crazy on...
Oh, the woman?
Yeah, the Chimp Crazy, the Netflix thing. Have you watched this yet?
I haven't. Is it sad because she's keeping like very smart creatures caged up?
So I saw Amy Sedaris post this on her Instagram, but kind of posted it like without comment. Just, I think she was supporting the director of it. But it also looked like her doing a character. So I was like, what is this?
It does look like Amy Sedaris doing like a real estate agent in Boca Raton.
Yeah. And so I was like, what the hell is this? So last night we started watching it. And yeah, it's by the same guy that did the
Tiger King.
I got you. And but it's so interesting and sad. Like, we're only in episode 1. It's episodic. I think there's like 3 or maybe now 4 episodes that are out. And it's like this woman has established herself in this world for the last like decades, like 40 years of being this woman that raises chimpanzees, monkeys, like all different kinds, but has created this like a facility for them. But it's like not over the years. And then these other 2 women like volunteer at it, like when their kids are old enough, and they have like, it's very interesting because it's a very similar type of woman that like both established this like world where she like raises monkeys as like her own children and has this very like quote unquote loving maternal relationship with them.
Are they rescue monkeys or chimps, or is she just raising them for her own fun?
It seems like it started as this like deep like interest. I don't even know if it's like it, because it seems like it's very deep for these women, that it's not just like some haha like let me get this like designer pet and whatever. Like they have this like I have the deepest relationship I've ever had with any creature has been a monkey more than a human. Like this almost like love in a way that...
Well, people are crazy. People will marry bridges.
Right, exactly.
Like, people be nuts.
So that's what it's like. It is fascinating and a bit horrifying, but it's like, so this sanctuary that she creates obviously is not run to the best standards. And one of this other woman like outs her to PETA. PETA comes.
Fuck yeah.
They seize all the monkeys except also Alan Cummings.
Spoilers.
Alan Cummings is in this. He's a huge PETA proponent because he worked with this monkey named Tonka that was
I know Tonka.
So Tonka's
huge.
Tonka
stays working.
Tonka is the
Hollywood.
foundation of this documentary.
Oh, really?
Because they seize all the monkeys.
Okay, don't spoil it too much, though.
That's just after the first episode.
Okay.
They seize all the monkeys. One is missing.
So she hid the monkey.
So we don't know. We can assume it's Tonka, and that she said she'll do whatever it takes
To keep Tonka.
to keep this monkey that So it is fascinating.
Now let me ask you this: were they doing a documentary on her, and then they sent PETA in, so
No.
she didn't have her guard up the whole time?
So they sent in like this guy hired a like fake director. Who's also a director, but also works in the exotic animal, like black market world for years and years.
Okay.
And so he is going, because they know the main director to be the Tiger King director. So they don't want anything to do with him.
You're not coming near us, Tiger King guy.
Exactly. So
Okay.
he hires this other guy to be the quote director, and she lets him into the compound to see things.
Fascinating.
And it's like going from there. Yeah. So the whole story and the whole story of how it's been developed is being developed as they tell the story. So it's wild.
Okay.
But it's like, it's one of those kind of like, this is interesting and deeply unsettling in a lot of ways. But it's just wild to me that it's the same type of like white blonde woman. Maybe it's fascinating to me because there's
You're a white blonde woman.
could this be me?
You're a white blonde.
What are these women up
Yeah.
to, and how did they end up there?
Don't let Grace near a chimp.
No, but I am also so scared. Like I kept looking at these monkeys in every scene that they would have where they're just like holding them and they're like taking them to sets and like they're showing scenes from movies where the actors. I have worked on a web series with animals and I was terrified the whole time.
Right.
And I didn't realize like how terrified I was.
Sorry, this mic is going limp on me, limp mode. Well,
Until I did that.
I love primates.
Yeah.
I have
so does Elliot.
Single-handedly supported the IKEA monkey for the past 7 years.
So you'd be interested to see this, or like we're kind of we're on that fence where we're watching it because I think is really important if this is a bad situation for it to come to light. But yeah,
You don't want to be sad.
But I don't want to be traumatized by the situation.
3 things.
Yeah. Yeah.
My list of things keeps getting longer. 1, have you ever gotten, this is like a bad side of TikTok. This is like I scrolled so many times then I was like, oh God, this is creepy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the world of women who, and I might have talked about it on here before, are really into hyper realistic baby dolls?
No, you were telling me about this when we were hungover in the car the other day. Thank you for bringing this up because I did mean to circle back.
It's creepy. It's like, have you ever, it'll be like a baby doll that looks like a legit newborn.
Yeah.
Or like legit baby. It's not like, oh, we're looking sweet and it's porcelain. Like it's made out of like rubbers.
Like the density of the baby is similar to
a flip floppy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, and there's like these women who are super into it, like it's their babies.
Yeah.
And like do conventions and things where they bring their babies or like drop them off at the baby daycare.
Yeah.
First of all, easiest job of all time, that daycare worker.
God.
But I fell into it on TikTok. Oh, this is so creepy.
Yeah.
Where it was a live.
A live stream?
A TikTok live of a woman who makes these baby dolls at the nursery. It was like set up like a hospital nursery, and she was picking them up to show which ones were born that day that were up for adoption.
Yeah.
So creepy.
It's like
Let's
Cabbage
move past
Patch
it. It's
dolls, but like dark cabbage. Dark adult Cabbage Patch
no,
dolls.
we're not talking garbage pail.
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking actual dark Garbage Patch.
Yeah.
Second of all, on the warning of sad stuff, and then we'll get on a lighter note.
Yeah.
I went and saw Blink twice this morning, which is the Channing Tatum movie.
Okay.
That just came out. What?
For a half a second, I thought you were saying Blink. Like Blink 182, like you saw them twice this morning.
I saw Blink twice this morning.
I was like, what?
I went to 2 morning shows. Oh my God. No, but and Zoe Kravitz directs it, who he's engaged to. And it's like, it's very fucked up. It's like, obviously very inspired by like Epstein Island.
Yeah.
But what it did that I thought was so wonderful and should actually be done more is, how like desensitized you are when the green screen pops up or the blue screen with the rating, and it's like because of mature language, sexual whatever, drug use. You don't even look at that anymore. Okay.
No.
They had a whole separate screen come up that like was part of the movie, was clearly like a choice by Zoe Kravitz, that said like, trigger warning, this film contains like sexual violence.
Whoa.
And they left it up for like 30 seconds. And I was like, holy shit, I've never seen that. And like, that is appreciated.
Yeah, hugely so.
Because you're not like reading through the lines like a contract.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That was before the whole movie started?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before like even credits started.
That feels like something that's going to happen more often.
It felt incredibly like responsible.
Yeah. And it does feel like people, I think, for good reason, are calling out content of all kinds, internet and, you know, more traditional content of like needing trigger warnings. People want to enjoy the thing that they want to see and also want to know that they can make a decision.
Well, here's the thing. And I realized why is because like you don't want to show too much during the preview because then it becomes a spoiler.
Right.
You know what I mean? So instead it was like, you're already here. Now we're really going to warn you because if this going to fuck you up,
then
like
get out of
now
here.
we know. Anyway, sorry, that's depressing. But I'm tired. It was a really good movie. It was a beautiful movie. I'm exhausted from being scared for 2 hours.
Yeah, maybe that didn't help your lower back either.
Jumping.
Just being seized.
No.
In the whole body size.
Jacqueline went with me and we got there and the movie was at 11 and she was like, I need a little something, I need a little bite of food. And I was like, all right, there's a Mendocino Farms. We go in there. She's like, I just need like a little one of those little like to go couscous or something. I was like, oh, I want a little kale salad to go. Let's do this. We go in there. We're standing at the register and we see all the employees and then the manager just goes, we're not open yet. And Jack goes, not even for couscous. They sold us couscous.
Excellent.
So we're like watching the most scary, depressing shit while just eating some couscous.
Gorgeous.
Anyway, in the world, still in the world of chimps, etc., whatever. Okay. I had a dream last night. I had so many. It was like a back-to-back. It was like a binge marathon of scary stuff.
Yeah.
But I had a dream that I go into my hotel room. It was like a suite, and there was like the bed was over like kind of a pool. Like a nice like gradient kind of pool, and there was a huge alligator in it. I'm gonna need you to figure out what that means, but I think I know what it means.
Well, okay, what do you think it means?
Been watching a lot of content about Lana Del Rey's new boyfriend. Have you seen this?
No. What?
Have you not seen this?
Obviously not. No.
Lana Del Rey is dating a guy she took an alligator tour from in Alabama 5 years ago.
Wow. Okay. And does he look like an alligator?
No, but he looks like an alligator tour guide from Alabama.
Okay. Wasn't she doing like
Waffle House?
Yeah. So is this part of this like, I'm going to release an album that's all about living in the South or do it or something? And this is part of the marketing? I don't trust anything in the world.
Okay, well, here's the deal. It was at there's some big concert in the UK, Leeds or something, and then it was like Lana was spotted like at a restaurant with this man. Look up Lana Del Rey alligator boyfriend.
She's dating a lizard person.
This is this. I mean, no shade, no tea. I'm sure he's wonderful. Except someone then commented on it. They were like, I don't like his likes on TikTok, and it's all like, hot girls.
Okay. Lana Del Rey, this is just one day ago, People magazine headline. Okay. Lana Del Rey replies no to post asking if details about rumored boyfriend and alligator tour guide raised red flags. Okay.
But like, I mean, she's got a type.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Jeremy Dufresne.
Jeremy Dufresne.
Yeah.
Nothing has sounded more Cajun than that in the world. But so Lana Del Rey is dating this alligator guy. She worked at Waffle House. I need the Lana heads, I don't know what you guys call yourself, to weigh in. Is this like a bit?
Yeah.
Or is this like just who she's in love with?
Yeah. Dufresne is a father of 3 with 2 daughters and a son from a previous relationship. Previously, Ray has been linked to real life cop and live PD analyst, singer, and music producer. So she dates all around.
Okay. All right. Well, sorry. Now I sound judgmental. Grace, I wanted you to hop on this. I wanted you to hop on board and be like, that is interestingly weird.
It is weird, but honestly, I think it's cool that like.
I'll watch him be a Republican. You're going to eat your words.
I'm not saying that it's cool, like. I'm saying the optics of
Yes.
her
Yeah.
being in the world that she exists in to date someone
totally
in a
normal
totally
person.
different world is fascinating.
It's giving J-Lo movie.
Yes.
Owen
Speaking
Wilson.
of, she's back. She posted her butt
Her
on.
butt.
Yeah.
I know
we
someone-
have not touched on that whole thing, which,
I'd like to touch on that thing.
she looks great.
She
Her
looks
butt
amazing.
looks great.
It's so funny. Someone posted on Instagram like what she'd been posting.
Yeah.
And it was like, it doesn't matter how famous or rich you are, you still post like these
Yep.
same type of photos
Yeah.
when you get dumped.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone can see what's going on. Everyone knows the head state you're in, that you're grieving, and now you're back, and it's hot girl fall. Here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna end on a random question.
Okay.
What is your least favorite thing, like dish to wash?
Physical dish to wash.
Yeah.
I mean, God, okay. Like anything that's got stuff like dried on it, but you're talking about like form, I'm assuming.
No, I'm just saying I hate to wash an egg pan. I made breakfast tacos
muffin
earlier.
pans. Muffin pans. That
okay.
shit, any of that.
We started turning towards
I was
each
like,
other.
oh, here we go.
This
I
combo
know.
got real. We talked about sexual abuse trigger warnings. We talked about animal abuse. Let's talk about muffin pans, bitch.
Hey, this is the real issue that we finally got to.
Do you make a lot of muffins?
No, because of that. If they're not because of that, but maybe because of that a little bit. Like the idea of cleaning out those crevices that never fully seem to get cleaned.
But here's the thing. Muffin pans
Yeah, you can put little things
are
in.
the only pan that you can put a little skirt in there
Yeah.
so that you don't even have to wash it.
And you know what? I don't have a little skirt
You
for
buy
them.
some little skirts.
I know, but usually when I'm making muffins, it's at a moment where I go, we have just this stuff for it, and we got to do this right now.
Because you're high.
Yeah. So it's
I'm going to Amazon you some muffin skirts. No idea what they're actually called.
no, that would be very fun. I also hate washing baking sheets. Like
Because they're so big.
they also just consistently get grosser and grosser no matter how much I wash them and no matter how much like foil I use to put over them.
agree.
So they, just become trash.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I hate washing an egg pan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm just not cooking my eggs correctly, but they're just always a son of a bitch.
An egg pan.
A pan you make eggs in.
Like
Any type of skillet.
a skillet. Yeah.
A
Okay.
skillet.
Okay.
I just mean after having made eggs in it.
Oh, yeah. Specifically after having made eggs.
Ugh.
Yeah, because if you're cracking the egg in, it gets down the side on the outside of the pan and then it burns onto the outside of it.
Literally have never thought of that in my life.
Look at the
That's
side of
never
that pan.
You gotta start cracking your eggs. Oh, I see what you're saying. If you crack it on the side.
Yeah,
I'll do it
well,
on the
it's hot.
counter and then I bring it over.
That's what I should do. But
Yeah.
sometimes I just crack it on the side and then I go to wash that pan and it's been just egg side all over the side of it.
No, I'm over here. I made a couple breakfast tacos. I was very excited. A little pickled onion, a little cheddar cheese. Fantastic work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I worked up an appetite watching that scary movie. I've got a skillet in my sink right now. I'm
Yeah.
like avoiding eye contact with, like
Yeah.
we used to date.
I will say those Our pans,
Yeah.
Our Place
Our place pans, yeah.
They're excellent
I
to
know, I
wash.
have some.
But like I know. So those are like, when you do put more money in, they are kind of easy.
I agree,
Easier,
but then there's
but-
the whole controversy of Teflon. We'll save it
can't-
for a different day.
We can't get into that now.
We've been too controversial.
I'm tired. We've covered too much. I can't go there. I can't go down the Teflon.
We cannot open
path.
the floodgates to Teflon versus cast
The
iron. We'll never work our
scientists-
way back up.
That we started this with, they're like, please don't try to talk about Teflon. Please, the two of you, don't say a thing about it. Please.
Did you know alligator sexes are determined by what temperature the water is that they're born in?
No. Whoa.
Marinate on that bitch. Okay.
What's going to happen when global warming happens?
I guess it worked. I hope it's females.
It's going to be, yeah.
Oh, geez. Anyway,
Well-
guys, wow. You're going to be traveling early in the morning. Do you already
Yes.
have Do you already have the anxiety of waking up on time?
100%.
Do you want me to text you? Just kidding. I'll be sleeping.
No, I won't. I'll my anxiety will be my alarm 100%. You know, when you wake up 2 hours before, you're like, I have to wake up at 4 a.m. and I am up at 2.
Oh, I'll wake up every 20 minutes, especially with this back of mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep on the ground tonight. Oh, well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. As always, we have a Patreon to check out. We did a live stream a couple days ago as Dance Moms. That was a friggin' hootenanny.
Yeah, my stepmom, who has Instagram now and follows me on Instagram.
Yeah.
I talked to her and my dad the other day. She just goes, who are the dancing moms that you guys were doing? What was that?
I love that. Yeah. I absolutely love it. We have that. And then also we still have, I think, literally 10 tickets left for London shows.
Yes.
And a couple dozen in Dublin. And those are the only shows we're doing in the store because we have already booked our travel.
Yep.
So if you were on the fence about coming over to Dublin or London, get on it now.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, this got weird.
Yeah.